While we were away, we spent a lot of time with my family, all the generations from my 92-year-old father to my 5-year-old granddaughter, and pretty much every decade in between. So there were plenty of rich conversations going on, especially about the upcoming election, the referendums on legalising cannabis and end-of-life choices, and COVID-19, of course. As I've said before, and I think we need to hold on to it, all of these issues are complex. People's thinking is shaped by so many different factors. And then this week, we have all experienced the sentencing of the man who shot 51 people in Christchurch mosques on March the 15th last year. So, in the middle of all this complexity, the first few verses of our reading from Romans gives us a manifesto by which to live faithful lives. Paul is writing to a group of followers of Jesus, some Jewish, some Greek. He's writing to them mainly about how to live together as the body of Christ. Importantly, what Paul is describing is a new way of living. And as we look around us at the divisiveness of many of the interactions in the world today, we can see why a new way of living is needed. I'm just going to read each of those first 4 verses and pause after them so you can just absorb what they're saying. Let love be genuine. Hate what is evil. Hold fast to what is good. Love one another with mutual affection. Outdo one another in showing honour. Do not lag in zeal. Be ardent in spirit. Serve the Lord. Rejoice in hope. Be patient in suffering. Persevere in prayer. I think I could stop this reflection right here. If we could all live like this, what a beautiful world it could be. But Paul is not quite finished with us. As he continues, Paul reminds us that it is not our job to repay evil for evil, but to take thought for what is noble in the sight of all. In the world at present, it seems to me that many leaders and many people are all about repaying evil for evil, even when that evil exists only in the mind of the beholder. Paul is very clear that the task of vengeance belongs to God and God alone.